What do you do when you come off your holidays to stop you getting that post-holiday slump? Yes, you've guessed. You buy fabric and you order it while you're away, and then you've got loads of yummy fabric parcels to open when you get home. Well, that's what I've done anyway. So come and join me and we'll chat about these amazing fabrics and what I'm planning on making with them. Hi there, I'm Christine the Gemini Stitcher and welcome to my sewing space. Yes, I'm back from my hauls. I went on a cruise mainly around Italy and I thought I would be bringing lots of fabrics back with me, but it soon became clear that I actually wasn't going to. I came that close to buying some beautiful Italian silk fabric in Rome, but when I looked at the price, oh my goodness, it was €60 a metre. I know, and it was beautiful, but I just think it was even a little bit expensive for me. If I had a special occasion that I was looking for fabric for, then maybe I would have been tempted. But I said no. So what I decided to do instead was, towards the middle of my cruise, do a bit of online shopping so that I had some fabrics to get my teeth into when I got back. So we're going to go through the fabrics that I've received and what I plan to do with them. I'm going to go through them fabric by fabric, and I've got 2 or 3 options for each fabric. So hopefully you guys are going to help me out to clear my head and make some definite plans for these yummy fabrics. Now, I've only ordered from 2 shops. The first one is the lovely Jenny Stitches, which most of you will know and love, as I do. Very reliable fabric source, good quality, good prices. What more can you say? So I've got some more of Jenny's beautiful viscose linens to talk about this today, and I've also dipped my toe in the water with a new fabric supplier. Now, a couple of vloggers have been promoting Mr. Tissue online before I went away. So I thought I would have a look myself and see what I thought of Mr. Tissue. So I have ordered some fabrics from there. They did arrive, they were here when I got back. Now, I have not been gifted any of these fabrics. I have purchased them all myself, so you are going to get a true unbiased opinion of what I think of them. Now, obviously, they're straight out of the packet, they haven't been pre-washed, and I've not started sewing with them. And as you all know, lovely fabrics can be a nightmare to sew with, so we will do a review of each one as I actually sew it as well. So without further ado, and no more messing around now, let's get those fabrics on the go. So the first one, actually I'll just explain, I've changed my format a little bit when I'm talking about fabrics, and I'm actually doing a little zoom in and at first, and then you can see the fabric properly. Then we're going to come back to me and I'm going to wrap myself in the fabric and give you some inspo and myself of what I'm going to make with it. So we'll pop over to the cutting table and have a look at the beautiful pink linen viscose that I got from the lovely Jenny Stitches. See you in a minute. This delightful fabric combines the softness and breathability of viscose with the strength, absorbency and style of linen. It's 136 centimetres wide, comes in a weight of 210 grams per square metre, and the composition is 30% linen, 70% viscose. So here we go. What do we think? I'm in love with this, but I've got to admit that on Jenny's website, this does look a lot darker than it is. And I think it's called azalea, which, you know, can mean any colour of pink really. So, hey, it's not Jenny's fault, it's how the photos come out, but it is more of a candy kind of pink, I've got to be honest, and I hope that colour is coming up true or better than it does on Jenny's website. But it is a beautiful pink fabric. It is viscose linen, I've already said. So what do I want to make with this baby? I've made my notes. So this is fabric numero uno, and I've got 3 options of what I want to make with it. So option 1 is the pearl trousers from Swim Style Patterns. It's going to pop up images somewhere here, or maybe even here. Hey, depends where they'll fit. But you will be seeing images of the patterns that I'm talking about. So the first one is going to be either the pearl patterns from Swim Style Patterns. Now, I've made 2 pairs of the Bermuda shorts from that pattern, wore them loads on holiday, really comfortable. But I want some long linen trousers because we've got it quite close and humid here at the moment in the UK, but let's be honest, it's not gonna last. So for a British summer, long linen trousers work really well for me. So the pearls are option number 1. Option number 2 is another pair of tried and true trousers, and it's the Mitchell trousers from Closet Core Patterns. Now, I've made 1 pair of these trousers and I've worn them to death. Absolutely love them to bits, got the fit really well. Love the side tabs, love the pleats in the front, love all the pocket details, love the finish of them. And I'm thinking, in one of my linens, I want to make another pair of Mitchells. So the pink may be the Mitchells. And then the third option on my list is another one of the dress that I'm wearing. And this is the tulip dress from So Different Patterns. And you can do them 2-tone. Some pictures will come up and then you can see what I'm talking about. And I'm thinking to do the main dress plain and then the bands on the sleeves and the big band at the bottom in the fabric that I'm going to show you next. So they're the 3 for this fabric. Let me know what you think, which one you'd make in this. So let's move on to fabric number 2, which is the pattern fabric that I bought to go with this from, again, Jenny Stitches. Cool and soft blend of linen and viscose, 30% linen, 70% viscose. This fabric is a crisp and breathable blend of 2 lovely summer fibres, making it a pleasure to wear next to the skin. It comes in a width of 132 centimetres wide and the weight is 192 grams per square metre, which is slightly lighter weight than the plains. And as I've already said, 30% linen, 70% viscose is the composition. So here we go. This is the patterned fabric. Hopefully you've seen it close up already. It's another viscose linen, and it's got pinks and greys in it, and I thought it would go well with that pink. Let me know what you think. I was going to make something like a Lyra cord set for them to go together. So I'll run through the 3 options for the patterned fabric. So again, it is a viscose linen, and I've already said from the lovely Jenny Stitches. And I thought, turn over the page, Christine, that's still number 1. And I was thinking of making another one of the Donny shirts in a two-tone. So do the main part of the shirt in the patterned and the collar and the inside yoke in the pink, and then to go with the pink trousers. Or the next one that I'm thinking of doing is the Leone top from Mimoy. Now, I've never done a Mimoy pattern. It's one of the 5 French pattern companies vlogs that I put out recently, and I will pop the link for that vlog if you want to know more about the Mimoy. Never made one of their patterns, and I'm thinking that doing it two-tone with that beautiful big bow detail will look really, really smart. So yeah, maybe I'll do the Mimoy. We will see. And then option number 3, I've already mentioned, is to do the tulip dress. And I hope you can see now, I was going to think that I would do the main part in the plain and then the bottom border and maybe something around the neck as well and the ends of the sleeves in the patterned fabric and do a dress. Let me know what you think. I'm verging towards the Leone from Mimoy, if I'm honest. But let me know what you think. They're the 3 that I'm thinking I might make out of this fabric combination. So let's move on to fabric number 3, which is, we're nearly at the end of the Jenny stitches now. Fabric number 3 is a shell design viscose linen from Jenny. So let's have a look at that fabric together. Blue Shell's Linen Viscose Blend is a cool and soft blend of linen 30% and viscose 70%. The fabric is a crisp and breathable blend of 2 lovely summer fibres, making it a pleasure to wear next to the skin. The width of this fabric is 134 centimetres and its weight is 175 grams per square metre. The composition is 30% linen, 70% viscose. So how beautiful is this? She's had this fabric in for a while and I resisted it for a while. But when I needed to order some more of my leaf green viscose linen, because I didn't get enough, I thought I'd add this to the order, just because I can. So I've just got 1 metre of this fabric. It's got shells on it and they're in all sorts of different colours of blue. And I thought it would be a really nice top just to wear with jeans, or I've got, which hasn't arrived yet, some beautiful sand-washed tencel fabric coming from La Marze, and in a blue, like a cornflower blue I think it's going to be, and I think this will go really well with that as well, but that's not arrived yet. So what do I want to make my shell linen fabric in? Again, I thought about the Leone from Mimoy because it would go really well two-tone with the other fabric that's coming, because that's a plain, and the bow detail. There's so many different options with that top that I could do them both, the one before and this one, in the Leone top, and they would look completely different. So I am really tempted to do that. The second idea that I've had is to get, I haven't got, but I have bought chambray from £1 a metre in the past, and I think it's only about £7.50 a metre. It's really good quality, and I'm thinking of making a tulip dress in chambray and use this as the trim, as I've explained with the pink one, the plain chambray and then the bottom band and trim in this shell fabric. Now it might be that I can get the Leone from Mimoy and do the tulip dress. It depends how much of this is left, because as I've already said, I only bought a metre of it, so yeah, it's probably not going to work, but it would be nice in a chambray with an accent in the shell fabrics as a tulip. And then the last thing that I thought I could make would be one of my Italia Scammit Archipel tops. Have I not made enough of them already? Clearly not, because I've not got it out of my system yet. I absolutely love that top. The only one that I've not made is one that's got buttons down the front. So I am sort of tempted to do that in this shell fabric. And if I could find some shell buttons as well, oh my goodness, how beautiful would that look? There's a challenge, isn't it? If you know somewhere that sells fancy silver shell buttons, let me know. So that's fabric number 3. Fabric number 4 is something you've seen before, but we'll do a recap, and it is the leaf green linen fabric from Jenny Stitches. So let's have a close-up look at the leaf green linen together. This delightful fabric combines the softness and breathability of viscose with the strength, absorbency and style of linen. It's 136 centimetres wide, comes in a weight of 210 grams per square metre, and the composition is 30% linen, 70% viscose. So here we go. This is it. You've seen it before. Absolutely beautiful colour. And if you watched my vlog before I went on my cruise, I had plans to make the pearl trousers from Swim Style Patterns in this. But I wanted to make the Bermudas to get the fit right first. Well, then went to cut the pants out and I hadn't ordered enough fabric. So I've got the rest of the fabric now. So this is definitely getting made as the pearl trousers, and it's going to be this week's sewing make as well. Let me just grab the reason why, because I've already made the Donny with the accent, and then it's going to have trousers like that. Can you see what I'm getting at? Maybe. So that's going to be a complete outfit, matchy. And love that Donny shirt. Not worn it yet, didn't take it on holiday in the end because I couldn't reconcile the fact that I didn't have the bottoms that actually matched it. So they're going to get cut out this week, and it's my social on Wednesday, so hopefully I'll have a pair of pearl pants to show you next week. Now let's move on to my new supplier, one that I am probably going to be using again. It's Mr. TISSU, and I believe they're in Belgium, but they're a French company, and they get in some, well, the ones I've got are amazing designer deadstock fabrics they're not the cheap end of the market, but if you're looking at viscose satins at £14 a metre, 12 to £14, they're not ridiculous, but they're not your £8, £9, £10 a metre place. So yeah, sort of high end, but not high end prices, which is just up my street. Now, I'd never heard of this company, and they've done some really clever marketing in my opinion, and they've gifted some fabrics to 2 quite prominent vloggers, and I will bob the links to the vlogs that they've done and the fabrics that they bought from Mr. TISSU below, and you can go and see what they think of the fabrics. My review of the fabrics is from a paying customer point of view, so it might be a little bit different. So let's have a look at the first fabric that was in my bag of gorgeousness. It comes from a French ready-to-wear house and it's from their dormant stock. It's 136 grams per metre squared and it's a generous 47 centimetres wide. This is a deadstock 100% viscose satin fabric. It's on a khaki background with a floral print and a black border on one end. What do you think? How absolutely stunning is this? It is a viscose satin. It feels silky, silky smooth. Oh my goodness. I got 3 meters of this and I've got some pretty firm ideas of what I want to do with it. Now it has got a border, you can see at the bottom, in black, and then there's more, it's like an ombre floral pattern on it, so there's more at the bottom and it peters out at the top. So you're going to have to cut whatever you're making out on the wonk, if you like, across the grain. But oh my goodness, absolutely made up and buzzing with this. So I've got some ideas, and the last one I'm going to talk about, I'll be honest, is probably the one that I'm going to do, but we'll talk through them all together and let me know what you think. So the first thing that came to mind was the Jyoti duster from So Different Patterns. There's the Jyoti. It's a long line, floaty duster coat. Steph's made one of these in a linen fabric. It looked fabulous on her. I'm a little bit bothered that I'm not tall enough, so I might have to obviously I will have to shorten it, but I might shorten the length than what it is. But I just thought it would make a great swooshing around the house kind of coat, wear it round a pool as a pool throw on, multi-purpose if you like, but and it would show the pattern off on this to its best advantage. So that was option number 1. Now option number 2 is another So Different pattern, and it's their swing jacket. So there's the swing jacket. It's a shorter version, so might suit me better. It's a fairly simple design, but when you've got fabric like this, you really don't want anything too complicated. You want the fabric to do all the work. And I just thought that as a throw-on jacket when I go to Barcelona, really lightweight, fit in the case, because I've got to have room in my case for fabrics to bring back. So everything that I take with me, I'm trying to keep lightweight. So a lightweight throw-on swing jacket might work in that. So the third and final option for it. Now bear in mind, I've got 3 meters of this fabric and I want to really make it work for its money. The last option is something that I saw in Capri. So I've gone online and got some proper images of it. So they do a pair of drawstring trousers, but when you see them in person, they've got, the waistband is done with really wide gauze grain ribbon, and then the welt pockets that are on the back are done with the same, finished off with the same ribbon. And yeah, really, really liked that style of trouser, just a little bit different than just pull-on elasticated waist ones. And I thought it would work really well with that border print. And they had it with a shirt, and they used the gauze grain ribbon for the tie at the top. You'll be seeing images because I'm not explaining myself very well, I don't think. And I thought, how different is that? So I've got loads of shirt patterns that I can adapt. So I'm thinking of getting the Fabric Godmother Colour, the Fabric Godmother Colour trousers pattern and using a shirt pattern that I've already got and trying to replicate that look. Because I think I'll wear it a lot. I can wear it in Barcelona. I can wear it as loungewear. And yeah, I just fancy something a little bit different. It's not something that I would normally make. Let me know what you think. I appreciate that the models are all 6'5", size 8, so they're like a stick insect, and I'm a 5 foot nothing, a size 12, so a dumpy little old lady. Do you think I can get away with that outfit? If I can, I'll be doing it. So that is my first Mr. TISSU fabric. Absolutely flipping love it. So let's move on to fabric number 6. Now, I've tried when I've ordered my fabrics from Mr. TISSU to get them all in a similar colour scheme so that I can work with them and make different things that will all mix and match together. So, see if you can see what I've done. Let's move on to fabric number 6. This is a leopard print viscose twill fabric on a khaki background. Dense and racy leopard pattern in a deep palette of khaki, brown and ombre for a contemporary feline look. 100% viscose twill, 148 grams per metre squared. Ideal for pieces with movement and hold. Fabric made in Italy for a French house for their dormant dates, dormant stocks, not reissued. I bought this with some definite ideas in mind for the autumn and winter. And I think I'm going to be making another of the Ladera dresses from Itch to Stitch. I've made 2 of them. And I want to make one, I think, that's a very long one for the winter with some nice little suede high boots. Would look really good together, and long sleeves, but I want quite voluminous sleeves on it. So I'll be pinching some sleeves from another pattern and giving it some structure. So yeah, doing a bit of a pattern hack, I think, with this as option number 1. Ladera dress, but with big statement sleeves. The next dress, it's another dress that I looked at, is the Darjeeling dress from So Different Patterns. I've looked at this dress on and off for quite a while, and it's a wrap dress, and I'm a little bit not comfortable in standard wrap dresses because I have a fear of them gust of wind flashing my knickers. But I love the ruffle on the bottom of it, and one of the other fabrics that I've bought, I could actually do the Darjeeling in that as well, couldn't I? Ooh, decisions. So option 2, possibly the Darjeeling dress from So Different Patterns. And then option number 3 is to do the swing jacket in this, because it will be a little bit more structured than the other fabric, the sateen fabric, and maybe a little bit warmer as well. We will see. Or I could just do the borders in this and the rest in that. Yeah, lots of options because I've got all my colours going together in the order that I've placed for once it's worked. So that's the options for that beautiful viscose twill fabric. Cannot wait to get that done. But I don't want the cold weather, but that's something to look forward to for autumn and winter. So let's look at my next fabric, which is a plain fabric. I'm trying to buy more plain fabrics because we're all drawn to the fancy patterns and then you've nothing to go with them and it doesn't work. So I've got 2 patterned fabrics and now we're going to have 2 plain fabrics. So let's have a shufty at the next one. This viscose and lyocell twill has a warm brown reminiscence of bark. Its surface, barely satiny, subtly captures the light, revealing a fine grain typical of twill weave, coming from a dormant stock of a French ready-to-wear house. Weighing in at 221 grams per square metre and boasting a strong hand, this fabric offers a beautiful fullness without being stiff. Its smooth surface retains a matte softness, slightly cool to touch. A bit of a different colour for me. It's like a well, it's not camel, is it? It's darker than camel. It's brown. It's a shade of brown. There we go. It's a lyocell twill fabric. Got a decent amount of drape to it. And I've got a few options for this one so that it fits in with the other things that I'm making and they all work together. So I'll have my Mr. Tissue collection, hopefully, when I've made them all. So option number 1 for this beautiful lyocell twill fabric is the Gaston trousers from Republique de Chiffon. Again, this was one of my 5 French pattern companies. Blog's already been linked below. And they had these trousers that drew me. They're classically known as a sailor's style trouser. They've got lots of darts in the back, so instead of just 2 darts, I think there's 4 darts across the back, so great for fitting into the small of your back better. No pockets on the back, but patch pockets on the front, which was a little bit different. So I may make the Gaston trousers in this lyocell fabric. The next one that I'm looking at is another one of my French pattern companies, and it's from Anna Rose. Love this pattern company. Can't wait to get my teeth into some of their patterns and hope they come out true to the images that they put on their site. Go and have a look. Oh, detailed to die for. The thing that drew me is now I don't know if I'm saying this right, it's the Erdis coat. There's an image of it, a few images will be coming up. Absolutely stunning is all I can say. Just the little details, those tabs on the end of the sleeves, the shape of it, the fact that you can have the hood or no hood. It's a fully lined jacket, and I think for the autumn, and particularly for Barcelona in the middle of October, it might be the perfect throw-on jacket for me to take with me, and it'll go with everything in my Mr. Tissue collection. So thinking seriously of making that jacket, just need to find some lining for it. Maybe some of this might work. What do you think? I'm not sure about that. That's a bit too heavyweight. Or the last fabric would work really well if I've got any of it left. So the last option for this lyocell twill fabric is another so different pattern. I've made it before, and it's the Osborne dungarees. There's me in my Osborne dungarees. I've worn those to death. Not so much in the heat of summer, but great for the spring and the autumn, and then with boots in the winter and a thick polo neck underneath. They just transcend seasons. I've only got the one pair and I'm thinking, well, I know I do want to make another pair of them, so I might make them in this. Let's think. Although I do really like that jacket. Let me know what you do. So we're at the last fabric and I've saved what I consider the best till last. Now I'm not sure that the camera's going to do this fabric justice, but let's whiz over to the cutting table and hopefully you'll see how stunning it actually is. This is a stunning jacquard viscose and silk fabric with khaki leopard pattern. This fabric combines the nobility of subtly luscious silk and the fluidity of viscose in a tone-on-tone contrast inspired by tawny fur on a deep khaki background. The woven leopard relief pattern reflects a soft, shifting light typical of high-end textiles, sourced from a deadstock of French ready-to-wear house. This jacquard exudes instinctive, almost animal refinement, strikingly modern, a noble feel and dense fluidity. Oh my goodness. You should have feel-o-vision because this is the softest, silkiest, most beautiful, stunning fabric I've ever bought. And I am made up with it. It's bordering on being scared to cut into it because whatever I make, it's got to work. It is a viscose with silk in it, and that is what's giving it that beautiful drape and that beautiful feel. And it's a jacquard leopard print. But oh my goodness, I hope you could see either on the table or there just how amazing this fabric really is. So what are my initial thoughts? I've got three options as usual, and the first option is the Hortense from Mimoy. There's the Hortense. Now that obviously will not use all the fabric, so I may be able to make some of the drawstring trousers. Are they called the Ellery? No, they're not. Whatever they're called, the fabric godmother trousers. If you've made those trousers, let me know what the fit's like, by the way. I might be able to get a pair of those as well as that stunning top. The one that immediately sprung to mind was the Seasons of East summer in New York dress. How stunning would it look in that? I'm so tempted to do that dress. I've made it 4 times now, but I love it on. I love the feel of it. I wear them a lot, and I just think that is gonna look amazing in this fabric. And it's a dress that I know fits as well, so I'm not gonna be scared to cut into it. And then maybe with the swing jacket as well, because that's got big floaty sleeves. It would all go together in one of the other colours. Let's just try and show you what I mean. I'm getting swamped in fabric here, but the dress in that, the jacket in that, with the edges of the jacket in that as well. What do you think? Will it be too much? Am I trying to get my fabric to do too many things? Oh, so the last one that I thought that I could use. So the last option that I've thought of for this to die for fabric is the Darjeeling dress, again from So Different Patterns. There's the Darjeeling, and I thought if I made the main part of the dress in that fabric, I could do the frill in and wrap ties in this fabric, and then make the swing jacket to go with it as well. I've got too many options. Help me out, girls. Oh my goodness. I wrote them all down, and I thought, yeah, this is going to be great. Loads of ideas, but I do have to narrow them down, don't I? I can't, although I've got a lot of fabric there, I can't do everything. But I want to make things that I'm going to wear potentially in Barcelona. So maybe the Darjeeling dress is a bit too fancy. I don't know. I'm veering towards the seasons of ease because I can dress it up and dress it down, wear it with flat sandals or dress it up with heels. Oh, mind-blowing stuff. Let me know what you think. Have you bought any fabric from Mr. Tissue? Were you tempted by the lovely vloggers when they had a special discount code on like I was? Or have you resisted? Did you think it was expensive? Because it's not cheap fabric, but my goodness, the fabric that I've received, I can wholeheartedly tell you it is serious quality fabric. I've bought deadstock fabric from other stores before, a little bit cheaper, but been disappointed. And that's money down the drain then, isn't it? So I will be going back to Mr. Tissue at the moment. I'll wait and see what these fabrics are like when they've been pre-washed and what they're like to sew with. And it'll be interesting to see what garments I actually end up making for my Barcelona trip. Hope you've enjoyed, hope you found it interesting, and I will see you all hopefully later in the week when I'm going to be pulling together a little montage of my cruise, what I wore, where I went, etc. So if you're interested in an Italian cruise, maybe that's one for you to watch. Other than that, I will see you all next Monday where I'll be back to my normal format and I'll be giving you an update on my makes from this week and what I'm planning to do next week. Take care, happy sewing, love you all loads. If you've stuck with this all this time and you've enjoyed it, then this is just me saying please consider giving me a thumbs up, subscribing to my channel, and I will see you all again really soon. Bye!